Which one was this? Verse 2:22. We get started in a minute. Hmm, 21. Okay. All right. So first off, I want you could get the First Corinthians 11 verse 1. Okay. So all right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and the sincere. Shalom to the Akim that's out there pushing the sincerity and the truth and the sound doctrine. All right. Shalom. So this is a a lesson, a quick little lesson. And you can tell by the title, man. You know, men need to realize that they are special. And I'm not talking about men as in your average day, because that's what makes us different, man. When we get on YouTube to talk about this stuff, this so-called manosphere. This manosphere is not for everybody. It's not for every man. All right. So when we talk about men, okay, we're talking about men, especially in this truth, because this truth, this Bible is the only way you're going to be a man. I don't care what nobody say. Can't nobody tell us otherwise. This Bible is exactly what makes you a man. It's the only thing that's going to make you a man. So, when I'm talking about men, and I'm talking about brothers that actually know and deal with this, certain subject. Now, I don't really talk about this subject like that, and we're not exactly putting energy onto pretty much getting on a woman, because that right there, I feel like we put too much energy into that anyway, and we need to hear more uplifting instead of hearing the fuck ups about what's about uplifting men instead of hearing just the fuck ups about the woman all the time, right? Because that will make you miserable, all right? you Women are being taught that they're over men, or this is equal as men, while we're not being taught that. We're not being taught that us as men are the leaders of the world, pretty much. All right. Now, again, I'm talking about men because the Lord only cares about his elect at the end of the day. So actually, instead of me, going on, we're gonna let the scripture explain, and then we want to expound on that as well. So you go ahead.
God, this is 1 Corinthians 11:3. It says, "But I would have you know that the head of every woman, the head of every man, is Yahawashi."
Right. We reference Yahawashi as our Lord, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Right. Whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Okay. Go ahead.
It says, "And the head of the woman is the man."
Right. You got a lot of people out there. See, read verse 1.
Verse 1.
Yep.
This is verse 1. It says, "Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Yahawashi."
It said, "Be followers of me, also as I am of Yahawashi." That was Paul.
Right.
You have to, if you got people out there, that sit up there and tell us that no, that doesn't, shit's changed, that doesn't matter. Yet you tell me that you believe in the Bible. You try to tell me and tell me how I'm supposed to be according to the Bible, right? You try to quote scriptures out of the Bible. You tell me that you read the Bible front to back. You tell me that you're a follower of Jesus Christ, right? So-called Jesus. What did it just now say again?
It says, "Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Yahawashi."
We have to reference the Lord Yahawashi, all right, Yahweh and Yahawashi, but Yahweh, you don't jump over so-called Jesus to get to God. Is what I'm saying. You can't do that. There's a chain of command. That's the reason why households are so goddamn out of order. It's because you have women and men thinking they're on the same level. You have men thinking that bullshit too, that your woman is on the same level. That's not the case. This is why, because you're taking the role of a man away. You're taking the role of a woman away. When you try to put them two and two on the same in the same category. Yet at the same time, selective feminism is still a thing. So certain things, that a woman sits up there and says a man is supposed to do this, a man is supposed to do that. What happened to you being equal? There's a thing I like saying, man. If you're going to be equal to me, you're going to come up in my household and tell me that you're equal to me. You are me, right? Do everything that a man is supposed to do. Don't expect shit from me, because you can do shit without me. So don't expect nothing from me, right?
Shit, man and man is even equal.
That's my point. I can't say I'm equal to my neighbor across the street, because I'm not. I can't say that I'm equal to this brother, because I'm not, even though we're biological brothers. We're not equal. We're two completely different people. So to be saying that a man and a woman is equal, it's not the case. It never will be the case. It never has been the case. Right? It never ever has been the case. So read verse 1 and then jump down to verse 3 again.
It's verse 1. It says, "Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of YAHAWASHI."
We're supposed to follow to the best of our ability with these scriptures, right? The main problem, with this world is that they do not. Let's say you don't even believe in the Bible like that. Okay, but if everybody followed the laws of this Bible to the best of their ability, you would not hear, every time I have a window open or something like that, in your average neighborhood, you hear a couple arguing because they don't know their role, right? Shit is so goddamn out of order. Now jump down to verse 3.
It's verse 3. It says, "But I would have you know that the head of every man is YAHAWASHI, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of YAHAWASHI is Yahawah."
Men aren't looked at as people, in this world today, right? We're looked at as either dollar signs, or we're looked at as just some bodyguards that are just supposed to throw themselves out there and just risk our lives and just die. We're just made to die. There was a clip, it was the clip on a subway station. Somebody recorded it, and people probably remember. There was like 15, had been about 15, women in these green alien suits or whatever. And they went to this one girl, and started messing with her, pushing her around and shit like that. So here I go scrolling through the comment boards, and here we go. Damn, man, not one man stood up. Not one real man stood up out of all those people in there. There were women watching, there were men watching. What's going on, man? Yet you tell me, everybody tells me, tells us that, man and women are equal. So why is it always men being just thrown out there and saying, look, you got to go help that person? There was a situation where a man did help a woman. Didn't know the situation, just jumped in there, and he sits up there in the hospital, right? He sits in the hospital recording himself all fucked up, right? And said, I'll do it all over again. He said he didn't even know the situation. He didn't know what was going on, right? He just jumped in there because he said, if I see a man raise his voice up at a woman, I'm going to jump in and help. He got messed up, laying in the hospital. Yet the guy that fought him, that he tried to fight, she ran off with that guy. We're not even looked at as people, man. Men aren't looked at as people in this society. And it's like, so in that other subway situation, right? If a man did jump in and messed up every last one of those women that was messing with that girl.
Oh, y'all put your hands on a woman.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't in this fucking society, man. And this is why the Lord only cares about his elect. That's why everything in this Bible is important. You know, by you sitting up there saying, "Oh, well, that was the words of Paul, so I don't really like the words of Paul." We won't get into that. Everything Paul was saying in the scriptures, all he did was, since you want to, since y'all like separating the New and Old Testament, which they're not separate, that was made up. Well, I'm not going to get into all that right now. But since people like, separating the New from the Old Testament, all throughout the Bible, it talks about the difference between a man and the difference between a woman. Look, man, all you need to do as men, all you need to do is remember this. Who did the Lord send? Did he send a son or did he send a daughter? Why didn't he send a son and a daughter? He could have did that, right? That's all you need to do. That's all you need to remember. He sent the son. Who we had, there was a clip earlier, that set up this, the guy was asking the woman about dating and what's the problem with dating. And she said, well, men are just idiots. Who created dating? Who created your so-called women's rights? Who created that shit? Who runs the world right now? Who created the clothes you wear? The phones you got.
Shit, who created TikTok?
TikTok. Who created your Planned Parenthoods? Who created the whole idea of abortion? Men. Men did it all. Right? Men did it all. These buildings, these establishments, everything. Men did it all. Right? You can't tell me wrong. All right? You can't tell me wrong. And we're going to be looked at as misogynist and stuff like that. Man, those crazy Israelites. We're going to be looked at anyway, man. Any sense of masculinity that you have, in this society is it's a crime, pretty much. I had a woman get mad at me for raising my voice up at him. Bitch, you raised your voice up at me first. If you talk to me like I'm a person, right? Like I'm a person, then maybe we won't have a problem. Don't talk to me like I'm your fucking dog, because it ain't gonna work. Any one of us, man. See, we're a different breed of men. And this is what I'm talking about in that title. I'm talking about men, because men look at other men, downgrade other men for being men. Right?
Oh man, you're a woman beater. Oh, you one of them abusers.
So if a woman get, here, and we won't get the scriptures because we stick solely with the scriptures, right? But the thing is, man, if I'm standing out here in the street, right, a woman hitting me, clawing me and stuff like that, start smacking me around and shit, right? Everybody gonna stand around, probably, even gonna pull out their phone. Damn, man, he letting this bitch fuck him up, and he getting messed up. But you raise back and you raise your hand and you reach back and give a good hit, man, and knock on the fucking ass. Oh man, all the simps coming back to pull you back.
That's why this is 1 Corinthians 14 and 38. Just real quick. He says, but if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant.
Exactly. And this is what we're talking about, why I titled it that, because the ignorance, meaning not knowing. We had several conversations with men about something similar to this. And you need to realize that you are the head of that household. Remember, you are men need to realize that they are the start of life, right? We carry, we have the seed. We implant that seed into the woman.
What was the first spirit created?
Exactly.
I don't see no woman.
Right. They sit up there and try to change, God is a woman. Where in the Bible did it say that? I could prove to you that it said the Lord is a man of war.
He's an austere man.
He's an austere man. I mean, there's all throughout the Bible we could prove that.
King Solomon,
right?
The reincarnation. I have yet to see anybody reincarnate from a man to a woman.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. That's why you got completely. This again, man. The root of it all. First off, is this devil Esau Edom. That's the root. But then what does he teach? No, it's no order. You forget about this. This fixes everything. Reason Kevin Samuel's shit didn't work, is because First off, he sold out, which he with the Lord now, so whatever, you know. But he was trying to fix relationships. We're not here to fix relationships. The point of this video, because again, man, when you put too much energy into talking about women, women, women all the time, that's gonna make you miserable, right? The woman is not held accountable for their actions. What men as us as men need to hear more is, uplifting, because we don't get that. It's damn if you do, damn if you don't in this society. Whatever you do, you don't pay the woman no mind. They get mad at you, right? You say, damn, you look good. They'll roll their eyes and ignore you and shit, or whatever. They call in Baltimore, they say, they say if you call a woman beautiful, you call her nice looking, that's sexual harassment. So it's literally, man, damn if you do, damn if you don't in a society, that's geared toward just geared to go against masculinity, right? We can go ahead and in fact, let me get this real quick. This is the book of Acts, all right, chapter 2, verse 21. It says, and it shall come to pass that whatsoever, because the reason I wanted that first is because it mentioned the roles, it mentioned the heads and everything, right? Okay, so with that's going to filter all throughout this lesson, all right? First Corinthians, so like in Acts chapter 2, verse 21, it says, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. It said, whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Ye men of Israel. All right, it says, ye men of Israel. Okay. We understand, a lot of times when it talks about the men, it talks about everybody, because why is that? Well, there's a thing called mankind. It's not, woman kind is, there's no really, like when you talk about the history of what? A history of man, right? When you talk about humanity, right? It starts with men. This is plain as simple as that, man. It starts with men. You have man, you have woman. A woman was the elder went more into, it's pretty much elder Karatazaba, he went more into it's pretty much a masculine, it's like a feminine male, pretty much feminine. That's why they're our counterparts. They're people, but they're our counterparts, right? We should know that we don't. If that's the case, why is there a separation between man and woman? Even in the words, come on, man. If any man, sits up there and says, yeah, man, my woman is equal to me, I would think you're a homo. I'm just being straight up honest. I would think you're a homo because that means you're fucking another dude. I would think you are. I would think, or at least I would think you're into that sort of thing. There's no way in hell I'm going to be living with some woman that sit up there and say, I'm equal to you. No.
So that means she is you. She's the same gender as you. So yeah, you're in bed with another man then.
That's exactly. Another thing they sit up there and say is, well, women. See, man, women get praised for being strong for something natural. Like what is going on, man? For example, they get period pains or whatever, whatever, when they're on periods, see, women are so much stronger, look, man, men and women aren't designed to handle the same type of pain. So you can't even put that with the same topic, if men were designed to go through periods and stuff like that, then it would happen, but it's not, right? It's not. If women were designed to handle the pain that we go through, it would happen, but it's not. So that whole period or birth pain and stuff like that, you can't equate that with them being stronger, because that's something that the Lord had for them. But that proves right there that they are the weaker vessel any goddamn way.
Shit, even when a woman falls over, they tend to, whatever scrape they got on their knee, they tend to it more than what a man does. A man would just get up and
yeah, because women can't fall certain ways because they would damage certain organs. They're not meant to. It's natural. It's not meant to happen. Right? It's a separation. That's why you have male and female. Right? So you can't equate the birth pains or nothing like that. But again, that's what, we're out on battle, right? We're out on the battlefield, right? Women have to worry about the period blood. They have to worry about, they have to worry about that type of stuff. We don't, because we have to focus on the battle. We think differently. Everything about the man and female is different. It's different, right? Equality, and I will always say this, man, equality brings confusion, right? Equality brings confusion. This is this world, man. This world always teaches lies. That's all they bring us up on is lies. All right. Everything about this world is a goddamn lie, man. But we're in a world controlled by media, right? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the news, all that stuff. So all they show is the messed up man doing this to this woman. Another thing with that is they don't show why. They don't show what led up to it. But if a woman did, I actually seen it. Woman went crazy and killed the fucking husband. It said what? Well, I mean, everybody on the comment board had an excuse for it. Well, this, that, and the other. You don't know what she's going through and shit like that. Come on, man. You gotta get more. You gotta get more realistic than that, man. You gotta get realistic in general, right? Yeah, anything. Oh yeah, so it said, ye men of Israel, hear these words. All right. It says, so I'm just going to read it verbatim. It says, Jesus of Nazareth, a man approved of God among you by the miracles of and wonders and signs which God did by him in the midst of you, as ye yourselves also know. So again, man, you have to realize because everything, that men have had, now woman is taking over now, man. Not an excuse for us to, just fall back, and that's what I'm doing this video for. Not an excuse. Don't use that as an excuse to fall back, because you have to realize that what does Israel mean? Yasharallah, Prince of Power. It didn't say anything about Princess of Power. It says Prince of Power. It says Prince of Power. Israel was a man. Jacob, Jacob got his name changed to what? Right? So all throughout the Bible, it says what? The sons, right? The sons of Israel. And sometimes it either say the daughters. Why does it say the daughters of Israel a lot of times? Because his men, because the men, so we will always go over this, the men, it's look like because we're precious to the Lord, man. We look like the Lord's women, pretty much. What is a woman? The woman is supposed to be the man's glory, man. Not right now, So when we sinned against the Most High said, "What? I'm going to have your woman go against you." Stuff has happened. Again, this has got to happen, and this is why we're doing this, to say, don't let this deter you from being, because especially if you believe in the scriptures, this is what you have to remember. Because once your confidence is shot, and that's what this system is designed to do, is to just really bring you low. Yeah, exactly. That's a good word for it. It's designed to torture men, right? Bring us down low, make us like we're nothing. Again, man, this society don't look at us like we're people. This society don't look at men like they're people, right? So this is what we have to remember our strength as men. We are the prince of power. We are Yasharal. I always hear these women saying, I'm your mother. I'm your mother. Bitch, we are the fathers of a nation. Do you realize that? Do you realize that? We are the fathers of a nation. Do you remember that you needed a male to implant that seed into you? Did you forget that? Right? That's because that's the modern day women, man. You know, and they're being taught wrong. They're being taught wrong. These modern day women are really being taught how to be weak. You know, you're not being a strong woman. First off, anybody strong won't have to don't have to say that all the time. I'm a queen and stuff like that. I mean, goddamn, you got the woman king. She's being called a king now. Queen wasn't enough. So now you got to be a king.
A lot of people are talking shit about that one now.
I seen a shirt the other day at camp. A woman was wearing, said, "Queens, don't be afraid to rule like kings." At least I think that's what it looked like it said. That's ridiculous, man. See, damn if you do, damn if you don't. You pretty much don't have anything in this society as a man.
And then what that does, you know, men don't want to get with women like that. Nah.
This is why a lot of men aren't paying attention to these women no more, man. You know? And women are getting pissed off, but it's like, goddamn, you didn't want them anyway. You didn't want them anyway. You calling them dusties and shit. You think any man in his right mind not going to deal with no bitch like that, man? Right?
The elder took a spoon. If you remember, he took the spoon, and you know, when a woman said, "Hit that shit, nigga," he flopped the spoon.
Yeah, that's that's what it is.
Right? How the hell are you supposed to, you know, get turned on by that?
You know, it's ridiculous. We're not being taught that, man. We just all we doing is, you know, walking around, pants hanging down, smoking weed and shit like that. Squeegee kids, you know, all fucked up, man. You know, everybody talk about, oh man, this generation is so goddamn messed up. It's this, that, and the other. The parents are out of control. What are you talking about, man? You know, it's got to start from somewhere, right? Who's the source? Because these parents are not teaching their children at all. They don't know any better, right? This is the only thing we have left as men. And you know what Jake is trying to do? Trying to put that woman up there. If certain people, let's say I'm sitting here, certain people have their woman telling them to read. Go ahead, read. You are out of your mind, man. You know, and this is the thing that separates us right here, right? You will never see us with our heads down, stuff like that, all broken, man. Because the Lord, we pray to the Lord, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM, that does not happen, right? And it's our job to push this out there that, look, man, you men, y'all need to realize that you are men, right? That you are men. And you're not just some flesh out there just waiting to die and you know, just put your, because how you are not the only one that's supposed to sacrifice in you know your relationship or whatever. You're not the only one that's supposed to sacrifice. Both of y'all are supposed to do that. The man and the husband and the wife, they are both supposed to sacrifice for each other. That's not what's being taught. You know, what's not being taught is happy spouse, happy house. You know what I always hear? Happy wife, happy life. So let's go with that. Man is supposed to make you happy and stuff like that. How is he supposed to make you happy when he's all emotionally fucked up? Right? How is he supposed to do that? Right? How is he supposed to take care of the family when he's all broken down? He's always coming home and arguing with you. Right? He has no emotional and mental support. Because to be honest with you, man, I don't care what nobody said. Men are always going to be more emotional than women, especially when it comes to the relationships. Why? Because the women can't look at us how we look at them. Right? We immediately say, she belongs to me. That's my property. She's mine.
Shit, somebody did a comparison, you know, when compared to when a woman tell you that she's fine, and then a man say, "Oh yeah, I'm fine."
Yeah.
You know, when a man says I'm fine, you know, it's just simple as that. But when a woman says it, there's more to that.
Yeah. You know. So that whole you know, you can't you're not going to look at each other the same way. Remember, you're penetrating that woman. So when you see her go off and so-called cheat on you, you're going to feel that a lot more than as if you went to go cheat on her. She wouldn't feel that same pain as you would feel towards her, because that is you. When you penetrate that woman, you look at that as your property. Nobody likes their property being taken by anybody else. They will feel that shit. In order for wars to have to happen, men would have to be, you know, so all that emotional bullshit, you know, men are always going to feel the hurt more, right? Men are always going to be more emotional than women.
Shit,
That's why we rule, but we don't go off of strictly emotion. You know what I'm saying?
that's how war started.
That's what I'm
You
going
know,
at.
it was like controversies against, you know, people sent messengers from one part of the land to the other.
Right.
And then they would start getting pissed off about it, and then a war starts.
Right. So this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 31. It says, "And ye, my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men, and I am your God, saith the Lord, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI." You got newer translations. If you read newer translation, they'll say the flock of my pasture are my people. You see what I'm talking about, man? It's whatever we got. Whatever we got, they try to change that shit. They try to change that to, look, man, they're just being misogynist. It's not about being misogynist. It's about being natural, man. You know, you would ask anybody, well, why you always going? Why y'all always arguing? Why y'all always arguing in your relationship, man? Why don't no relationships ever last? Everybody keep talking about some serious relationship. For brothers in the truth, man, and I'm going to say it straight up on camera. You know, your woman, no woman is ever going to fully respect a man, not in this society, right? I'm talking about you as with your woman. You get a lot of Jake that come around us and say, you know, that think they really got it down, and you really don't. All they got to do, pick up that phone. So you feel like you fucking up, pick up that phone, and who's coming? 911. Or before that, you know, she feel threatened, she gonna make some calls. Who wanna come? Her cousins, her brothers, uh, her father, maybe. You know, everybody's coming. All these men coming, right? Then, you know, like I said, 911. So she knows she got the upper hand, and she got a whole system on their side. I literally, like this morning, I saw 2 ads in a row. Talk about, see, this affects women's freedom. I got a question for all you women out there. What exactly can't you do? What can't you do? That's what I'm wondering. I'm not really understanding what exactly you can't do. You know, it's us that don't really have the freedom around y'all, because we don't really feel like, you know, if we really don't feel like paying you any mind, you get mad about it. Oh, he giving me too much attention. And it's like, oh, you know, everybody, these men is like, well, goddamn, what the hell you want from me then? You know, it's like, what the fuck do you want? Right? There's videos all over YouTube talking about these women, which I've seen it myself in you know, in person numerous times. You know, how women be rejecting men versus men rejecting women, which is happening a lot more now. And women, you know, they turn around and do their videos. It's like, God damn, he made me feel like shit. He made me feel like garbage. Because why? Because he didn't want you. Hey, goddamn, that we're forced to be with you. You know, you know, all of a sudden, uh, uh, they have a problem with, so I guess, so-called boundaries. You know, if I see you, I'll say no myself. You know, personally, right? So it said, the flock of my pasture and men. We have to realize how special we are, man. You know, especially again, man, I'm talking to the men, all right, that are men. I'm not talking to these males out here, man. Fuck that. This is why when you get these movements, kill all men. I don't get mad about that because you know what, man, these people need to tear each other up, man. The men need to tear the woman up, the woman need to tear. I don't give a shit. You know, this is a reminder to us, in the loop that we are a special people, man. We are special men. But we understand what Yasharala means. We are the Prince of Power, right? I hear a lot of Jake, complain about the woman. Yes, and that's kind of what we just did too. But really, we're doing it to and better, to remind us that we are. You get people out there that say that you shouldn't say you're better. If you in this thing, man, and you are practicing the ways of the Lord, YAHAWASHI, yes, you are better. You go ahead. You go ahead.
This is another reason why. This is Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Right? So who is the special people, the 12 tribes of Israel, right? Didn't we get all the curses? We got the curses right now. So these are all part of the curses. These things have to happen. To be brought up out of this bitch, this place that has to burn.
That's one of the reasons why it has to burn. And the way you can find out a nation is destroyed is by their women. But see, if you want to be a different breed of man, you have to come to the voice of the Lord. This manosphere bullshit is not it. That manosphere that you see all over the internet, that's not it. Because they still don't teach you right. Right? One thing they don't teach, especially in this society right now, one thing they say is, see, a man gotta do it all. They gotta pay the bills, they gotta do this, they gotta do that, they just gotta do everything. In this society, man, that really can't happen. The man and the woman have to work now. Again, if he does do that, because you do have some situations like that. Cool. But she has to help out too. If she don't help out with the bills, she has to help out with something. I would say the normal. Do you cook? Do you clean? The normal, whatever, man. Something. I don't care what is something. This man. I look all up and down this block, just this block alone. People getting, new patios or decks done. The men buying women cars, but it's like, well, what is she doing for you then? Bringing you grief every time you come home? You look tired I tell you, man, every time I look, man, these men, they just look, look miserable.
Just tired.
Just a little tired. But then when we talk to them about it, well,
my mother told
me, and women is so much stronger, so much smarter. And it's like, see, it's y'all, man. And you know what? You side netters, right? You brother polites, y'all are the issue. It's still men that are the issue, right? Men are the issue. Men who created feminism? Men. Men. They created feminism. When we get those marches that go up and down the street every year, those women marches, they be having boys crossed out and stuff like that. Who be marching with them? Men. Men be marching with them. I'm talking about these males, they be marching with them. See, this is what we talking about, man.
Shit, even back then, example, in the Apocrypha, the king.
I'm going to get that in a second. I'm going to get that in a second. Because this has been going on for a long time, man. Nobody is being held. I'm talking about men too, man. Nobody is being held accountable for their actions, but it's definitely these women. But you know what, man? We're here to tell you, don't even waste your time on that shit, because the Lord is getting ready to hold everybody accountable for that bullshit, man. Male, female, ain't no It ain't no woman privileges with this, man. You know, see, you gotta talk to the sister. You gotta be a little more kinder to the sister. You can't be so aggressive with her. Man, the Lord says, "Fear not. Lift up your voice and spare not." It don't matter whether you're male, female. I don't care, man. You all getting it, man. All right. The Lord doesn't care. Remember, when you read the stories of the Bible, you know, the Lord commanded armies, which would, man, all right, all throughout the Bible is men. See, this is why we gotta realize. This is why you need the scriptures to realize your role as a man is more special than anything, man. You know, this society doesn't look at that like that. They just look at you as, oh, you're the man. You're supposed to just provide for the household, and it was a lot of, again, times has changed. You gotta remember that times has changed. You know, they just look at you. Okay, you're a man. You protect the household, and I guess that's it.
And gotta get the milk from the store.
You need the milk from the store, and it's like, so that's all I'm here for. You know, that's all I'm here for. I'm just there just to be there. You know, every time you turn around, there's always some woman, or even men degrading more men. It's just like, it's a lot of times it's off of news articles and news posts and YouTube videos and stuff like that. It's like, these women be crying and stuff like that, and it's like, do you know the situation? So all of a sudden, woman cries and all the angel wings start flying away. It's like, oh boy, okay. Same shit, man. Same shit. But there was not being told, as how many men get abused, man. I'm talking about mentally, emotionally abused. You're not being told that, right? And some men have so much pride that they don't want to admit that. That yeah, you were emotionally abused by a woman. Do you know that? You got a lot of men that have a lot of pride that don't want to admit that, right? For whatever reason, they just had that pride that they just don't want to admit that. But that emotional abuse is a serious thing amongst men, for real. I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that there's not messed up men. We would never say that. But again, this is why we're talking about the men of the Lord, hopefully elect. Because at the end of the day, the Lord only cares about his elect. And this is what we're doing this video for. All right. For us, as a reminder,
yeah,
that you whatever it is that you need to do, you can do it, man. Fuck all that feminist bullshit, man. Don't let that fucking stop you. Remember your strength as a man. Remember, you are Yasharala. Fuck this shit, man. All right, all that bullshit. That's what Esau wants to happen with men, man. This is why all you see is men just sitting around smoking weed and just bullshitting, man, with their lives, man. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You realize that you have the power to do whatever it is you need to do through the spirit of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, of course. You sitting up there, your head down, and your woman spitting on you and stuff like that. You shouldn't be living like that. You shouldn't be living like that. Don't nobody deserve that shit, man. Don't nobody deserve that. Except this damn devil. So this is or did I already read this? No, this is Book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 22. It says, "How long wilt thou go about, O thou O thou backsliding daughter?" All right. It says, "For the Lord have created a new thing in the earth." All right. A woman shall surpass a man. We had a woman come up to us 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, man, we need more women leaders. We need more women leaders. Well,
I remember that.
Well, if that's the case, then this place will be going a whole lot better, right? Because there are a lot of women leaders, right? They keep talking about, see, when another law comes out, see, more men trying to control us. Well, wait a minute. Oh, the vice president right now is a woman. So, you got congressmen, you got congresswomen. So I mean, what's the issue now? You know, now so it's still us. It's still us. I mean, in a society that's being taught that we're equal. You got women in them highest positions. You got women high in position in military. I mean, you got women in high positions in everything, man. Right? So what's the problem now? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got these women out here say, well, you know, I'm not angry. I'm not angry. Shit. That's your damn lie. You know, you just, you know, you're just confused. That's all. You know, a lot of these women just confused and they just don't know. This is why we can't get but so mad at them. You know, because they're under the spell of Esau Edom right now. And this is why we said your woman, your wife will never, ever, ever fully respect you. And I don't give a goddamn what nobody say, man. Your woman will never fully respect you. All right? Your face ain't on that money. Right? Full respect comes with full authority. You are not, you do not have authority over her, right? At this point in time, man. Because she belongs to the system. You don't your woman is not gonna fully respect you. You can just get that shit out your head, man. Just get it out your head while you can now, man. You know, it's not gonna happen until the Lord comes back and until the Lord comes back and redeem us and put us back, you know, in our rightful rulership. Other than that, don't bet on it. You know, get it out your head. Okay. This is this is Psalm, all right, chapter 82, verse give me a second. Yeah, verse 6. Okay, Psalm chapter 82, verse 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. All right, what is a god? There's a difference between a god and a goddess. All right, when we get back in our rulership, our women going to have spiritual powers, but not on the level of us. All right, they're going to be under us. It's not. This place has masculinity all messed up. You know, when you say that a woman has to be under the authority of men, right? When you say that, people automatically think, oh, see, so he's just being a tyrant. No, it's just being natural.
But what they call an alpha male, you gotta be, you know, holding the door open constantly for the woman, you know, buying them chocolates.
Yeah, that's the definition of an alpha male in this society, man. They still teaching you how to be a fucking idiot, man. Right? They're still teaching you how to be an idiot. The definitely, be honest with you, man. Alpha males are not going to. They're going to have problems with women. They are going to have problems with women. This is why when we have camp, this is why when we get you people on the comment board, they be, you know, talking shit. See, you can't talk to that sister like that. You can't talk to that woman like that. Why the fuck not? She came up to me running her mouth. She's all loud and stupid and you know, how come? Right? Alpha males are gonna have problems with women. They're not teaching you that, right? Because you're not gonna put up with the bullshit. You're not gonna be all sweet and you know, laughing shit off, hee ha ha. You're not gonna be doing none of that bullshit, man. Right? Oh, you're a simp. You're a simp. A lot of these alpha males are simps, man. Right? This is why manosphere don't teach you nothing. Right? So what I'm gonna do, man, I'm not gonna keep this so much longer. You know, again, man, that's why I pulled that scripture out, man. The Lord said, "You are gods." It says that we've been living in this box so goddamn long, man. We broken down. We don't believe that.
It's that Stockholm syndrome.
That's all it is, man.
You get put into captivity long enough. They show that in them shows and the movies.
Yeah.
You know, you're in bondage and captivity long enough. You know, you adapt to it.
Right.
You know, anything really, you somewhat adapt to it. You know, animals adapt to, you know, if you put it could happen at least. Some animals in certain different territories is going to start adapting to it.
Right.
And then what happens? It's a habit, and then it's like it becomes part of them, their new personality.
Right.
and it's hard to break it out of them.
Right.
Right. Israel is a stiff-necked people. You got it.
Yeah. This is First Ezra chapter 4. All right. Verse Let me just get to the point because I'm not gonna keep this short much longer. First Ezra chapter 4, verse 26. Yeah, many there be that have gone out of their wits for women and became servants for their sakes. That's what you see today, right? Verse 27, it says, many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women. This is a prime example of what we were talking about earlier. You know, argument happens, things, almost get a little physical and stuff like that. And, she calls everybody, brothers, sisters, even sometimes sisters, but brothers, uncles, cousins, fathers, everybody coming, ex-boyfriends and stuff like that coming to the rescue. And, all these men out there fighting over this one woman, and, they die, they get hurt, they're in jail. Then what? What happens with the woman? She's
out in the high rises getting bent over, grabbing ankles, and getting paid. Living her best life.
Right.
The happy-go-lucky.
Right. And this society allows them to continue to do this, man. This society allows them to continue to just go be fuck offs, man. All of a sudden now, when we stand up and say something as men, now everybody has a problem with that, right? This society allows women, to take their children away from their fathers, man. Because why? Because they're just mad at them. They want to hurt the father that much. We know, man. We've been through it. I've seen a story this morning, about this woman. She was saying everything that she did to her ex-husband, and I'm like, damn, man, that shit sounds so similar to a situation that we've been through. I was like, damn, man, because it almost brought tears to my eyes, man. Because it's like, man, this society allows them to do this stuff, man. The stuff that these mothers do, the shit when fathers do it, or just do the slightest thing, it's just like, yeah, man, he immediately looked like it's a deadbeat, man. What is not being taught is that there are such thing as deadbeat mothers. To be honest with you, that's about 99% of mothers out here. Being honest, man. About 99% of mothers out here. That's not what's being taught. So all of a sudden, when you have a conversation with these women about this, well, men and what about you? What about you? Stop blaming everybody else for a second, man. And what about you? Right? Because now you can't blame the man anymore. You said he's a deadbeat, they're in jail, they out smoking weed or whatever. How the hell does that affect your ability to be a parent to your child? We have seen mothers raise their children, alone. And, did a pretty good job. YAHAWASHI, and did a pretty damn good job. That is not an excuse. Everybody, women always have an excuse for every goddamn thing, and men promote that bullshit too, man. See, he ran away. He's this, he's that. Forget about him for a second. And what about your responsibility as a parent? Because as a parent, you would do anything in your power to make sure that your child is not going out here messing up, especially if he's a young man, because young men, our age, and, I'm talking about men in general, Salakia, men in general, you don't get away with a quarter of the shit that you women get away with. So you really have to teach a young man for real.
Just thinking again, it's a civil war pretty much. It's all-out war because, women, unleashing war onto men, but also onto themselves too. You cannot have, even on the headset and online chats and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we're all playing a certain game and another woman joins, you cannot have them all in the same party because they just all want to start, hating on each other.
You can't do that.
You just cannot.
Yeah.
Cannot. That's another thing what this feminist doing. Woman that what's the word I'm looking for? They try to overlap the others.
The scriptures talk about that, With that, this is what we're talking about, man. If you get, let's say you don't, again, like I said earlier in the lesson, let's say you don't even believe in the Bible like that. Let's just say that. If you did what the Bible told you to do, at least to some degree, this world and people's behavior would be completely different. I guarantee you that. Right? What does this world teach you to do? It teaches you not to steal. It teaches you not to kill. As far as unrighteously, it teaches you not to sleep with another man's wife. It teaches women not to be running around here whoring around and stuff like that. It teaches you what to eat, what not to eat, and there's a reason for that, right? When you keep eating the cleanup let's go with the dietary law, right? You get this thing called Earth Day. I believe that's what it's called.
Earth Day.
Is that what it's called?
When you pick up trash.
You pick up a little bit of you pick up a little bit of trash around the school or whatever. Right? They had us do that. Right? Talk about, when I was in school, they had us do that. I'm sure they still have it. Or, you pick up a couple pieces of trash and you call that cleaning the earth.
The last time I did that, I was in elementary.
Because they realize you can't clean the earth. You cannot clean the earth when you're eating the cleanup out of the ocean. When you're eating the cleanup off of the land. Pigs, leave them alone. Crabs, leave them alone. Shrimp, leave it. So it's the same thing, man. If you did at least a quarter of what is according to the scriptures, you would be better. Your relationships would be better. This is why brothers have better relationships, man, because their women, they put their women down with this, man. This is why when you follow the Lord, when you follow the Lord to the best of your ability, righteously to the best of your ability, you have everything goes by a little more smooth than what it did before when you was in the world, right?
Right.
Obviously, you're going to catch hell. The Lord told you you're going to catch hell, right? Because you're in the truth. That's what's naturally going to happen, especially if you're out there on the highways doing these lessons, these videos. How we looked at as terrorists, so naturally we're going to catch hell. Catch hell. I keep saying it like that. Naturally, we're going to catch hell, right? But life goes by a little more. You live a better life, right? Following the laws of the Bible.
Right.
All right.
Because if it wasn't for,
goddamn,
we could have been, the same Jake, like example, them squeegee kids, we could have been them. We could have been, some effeminate, the same Jake style, you looked at my shoes the wrong way, so I'm about to pull out a gun on you.
Right. Yep.
We could have been any one of these 2/3 out here.
Right. But you gotta again, man. What you gotta remember is who did the Lord send? He sent the Son. He sent the Son. Where did you come from? 12 tribes of Israel. Who are what? Who are men? We'll start off with men. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. All men. Forefathers. All men. All men. Right? You remember, you are the start of life, regardless of what this society teaches you. And this is why we're separated from the world, because, like I said at the beginning of the lesson, you get these people, these women, kill all men. And I just say, hey, man, let them tear each other up, man. Because again, let me get that real quick. Because the Lord only cares about his elect men. And this is why his elect men and anybody that's doing the will of the Father, any man that's doing the will of the Father, they don't get taken. If they were in that feminist vibration, they get taken out of it. And you notice that they don't get taken by it no more, man. Unless the Lord don't want them in there and they're not praying enough, and the Lord see that he ain't serious. Then, because we've seen several people fall out because of their wives. All right, and that's because the Lord just didn't want them. All right, so disciples, disciples of the Lord were who? Disciples of the Lord were men. This discipline. I have no idea, where these people get Mary was a disciple. I have no idea where the hell these people get that from, right? It was taken out of the Bible. Well, this is taken out of the Bible. It didn't say anything about no woman being a disciple. That wasn't a woman's job, man. It's not. See, back then isn't like today, man. It's not. There wasn't a woman's job, and a lot of women understood that back then.
What's another thing they say? Women gave, testifying.
Women, see, this is what I'm talking about, man. See, anything that, anything we have is this devil is trying to put, engraft women into, like Jim, like the elder was, talking about gyms. There is no way in hell that a man and a woman should be in the same damn gym. There's no way in hell that should happen. But they had an all men's gym, right? And now, women are allowed in there. Now they have an all women's gym, men aren't allowed. That's just only one of many but like I said, man, they can have it because this Queen of Heaven society, you women want to run the world, run it. Have it. It won't happen, but have it. We're in a society where you can't even tell what the hell is a male or female these days. You wanna rule this shit? Have it. You're in a society where we're not even breathing, we're not even breathing correct air, clean air. You want to rule it? Rule it. Don't give a shit, right? GMO foods, right?
Yep.
You gotta watch. Genetically modified organisms. You in a world that you want to rule a world like that? Rule it. Have it all. Your jobs, your cars, have it. Because the Lord get ready to ball this shit up and throw it out anyway, man. Right? You in a world that people are being poisoned every single day, right? Rule it. Don't give a shit. Oh, that's what we talking about, man. This is to uplift men. Anybody, following, anybody, that's following the will of the Father, man. Those are men, right? And you have women that follow, and those are the ones we're concerned about. What did Matthew say in the book of Matthew? It said what? So-called Jesus said what? The ones who do the will of my Father is the same as my brother, my sister, my whoever, man. Right? If you're not following the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, you're not our brother, you're not our sister, you're not mother, you're not nobody, man. You are nobody. You a zombie. You don't believe in the scriptures, man. You a zombie. Right?
Generation Z is meant for you.
Right. You manosphere motherfuckers, man. Y'all all zombies. Right? This is the real manosphere, man. And that's what nobody teaches, man. Go on, based off of your own opinion, man. Right? What is manosphere did for us? Right? Not a damn thing, because they are trying to fix family. The Lord said he came to separate. The Lord is always about separation. This is why that whole equality thing is full of shit. Because the Lord has always came to separate. Right? He's here, he's coming to separate. Right? He is doing the separation. This is why you have this camp, that camp, that camp, that camp. Why that's why you have different nationalities. That's why even in Israel you have 12 tribes of Israel. Why aren't all 12 tribes the same? Separation is good. Right?
Shit, the number of your hairs on your head is not going to be the same as everybody else.
Exactly.
The amounts of cells you composed as is not going to be the same.
Oh, that's a good point.
Else.
That's a good point, because
there's a reason why women are built different.
That's a good point. Because remember, one side of your body is bigger than the other. They're not the same. You talk about cells, right? You have different organs that do different things. Your heart doesn't do the same thing as the brain. Your lungs don't do the same thing as your finger or whatever, your legs or whatever. They all do different things. That brings confusion. That brings order. So when you have a male in the household doing you know, fulfilling the job as a male, yes, right? When you have a female doing fulfilling the job as a female, that's when you have that what comes into mind, male and female, you're all one. When you're working together, you're all one. That did not mean that you're equal. That means you're working together as one, right? This thing, you know, that we building, you know, the so-called third temple, the least, even to the greatest, is important, but they all do different things. What makes it military work? You have different ranks, but they all become unison. They all become one. So that whole male, female, you're all one in Christ. That had nothing to do with male and female being equal.
You know, people just cannot be natural at all. You know, y'all are the main ones that want to so-called eat natural foods and everything.
Get the fuck out of here,
you
man.
know, you got natural, you know, breasts and shit like that, so-called. So why can't y'all just be natural as far as gender?
And you know, I want to, you know, women. I want a real man. I want a real man when everything I see on you is fake. Your eyelashes, your eyebrows, your ass, everything, man. You know, the makeup. Now, ain't nothing on you is real, man. So what are you talking about? I want a real man. See, this is what we talking about, man. This is for the men. This is, and this is not for the faint-hearted. See, you're gonna hear this. You're gonna hear this raw. When we stand out there on the hedges, highways and the hedges, how many men you know doing that, man? You know, I'm talking about. I'm not. You know, I'm just saying. You know, even on your job, man. You know, let's say you talking to somebody on your job. How many men you know, studying this, man? You know, how many men you know doing that, man? Not everybody's able to do that, right? So anyway, let me get this Isaiah, all right, chapter 65, verse 13. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahawah BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, who the world inwardly calls God, and you know, Jesus or whatever. It says, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, all right, but ye shall be ashamed. All right. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, all right, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. All right. So the Lord is only worried about his service. And this is why when we talk to certain men about you being special, you know, they say women are so much smarter than us and stuff like that. What does that do to the mindset of a man? You know, that just brings him down even lower. You know, it's bad enough we already broken down as it is. But what does that do? You know? And see, this is why we leave them in that mindset. You know, we had people, men, come up to us and sit up there and say, women are stronger than us because, you know, they got to endure birthing pains and stuff like that. That's why I said earlier, you can't, why is that even a thing, you know, to equate the strength of a woman and the strength of a man? And certain things that women are meant to handle that men aren't. There's certain things that men are meant to handle that women aren't. We don't give birth.
How is that a strength? That's a weakness.
Because you got to stay back and nurture that child, man. You know, this Hollywood shit has really destroyed y'all, man. You don't realize that y'all they are promoting y'all to be weak. A woman being a warrior is not a strong woman. That's a weak woman. Because you're not being a woman. Whenever you gotta sit around, like if I'm a king, right? I don't need to be running around here, you know, I'm a king. I'm a king. I'm a king. You know, you got these women out here sitting up there all the time, man. Every time I turn around, listen, queen, you're a queen. I'm a queen. Black power. I got a strong, independent woman. If you were so strong and independent, you wouldn't need to tell me that because I would see that.
A strong woman is a woman that got, you know, the faith. And whenever you got to join the military and go, oh, you know, the men are not, you know, they just can't do it. You don't have the faith in the men. So where's your faith at? Then that means you are weak as a woman.
Because you're not being a woman. You know, you ask, well, are you being a woman? Well, let's look up what the word woman means. That means you're not a woman, you know? See, that's what I'm talking about, man. You know, this world is completely out of order. As Job the 10th chapter in the last verse said, man, this world is completely out of order. All right. And I was getting ready to say something, but I lost the train of thought. You know, yeah. So this world is promoting weak women. So like I said, you wouldn't need to promote yourself as this strong. And that's what I was about to say, man. Nobody's independent. Not one of us. Men, women, none of us are independent. Because what do we need to pay the bills? Nobody on this earth is independent. Nobody. We depend on the Lord. All right. But everybody depends on something. And what is that? Money. Right? What do you work for? If you were so independent, you would be off living in the sticks. You wouldn't need to be paying bills. Let's get what is that? Genesis 2:18. I'm way back here and I forgot my glasses somewhere upstairs. It says, and the Lord and the Lord God said, it is not it is not good that the man should be alone. It says, I will make him and help I will make him and help meet for him. All right. So what is the help meet? Exactly. That's a good scripture. What is the help meet? It's the woman. It's supposed to be. That's what I was. That's a precept to what I was saying earlier. That when the man and a woman, they work together, they're doing their job as a man and they're doing their job as a woman. That's what makes the household go, man. That's what brings a constant household. It brings a peaceful household, right? So the man knows his place, the woman knows his place, and the children have to know their place. When the children see that the man is not in a right position and the woman is not in her right position, that's going to make the children just be fuck offs. And that's what you see today. Right? So, and that's also what I was just now saying, that nobody on this earth is independent. All right? Nobody on this earth is independent. Right? I would ask, well, you got your job, you got a social security number, you got a birth certificate, you have a house, you have groceries and stuff like that. So if you were so independent, nobody's independent, man. You were so independent, you like I said, you would be living out there in the sticks. We all depend to a certain degree on money, right? But what makes the men, is brother there and us, so special is that we depend on the Lord YAHAWASHI. These people depend wholeheartedly on the system, and they don't think that they are touchable. They think that they're untouchable. Prime example, man. These people are not being taught right at all, man. These children aren't even being taught to look out, look both ways before you get hit. No, they'll look at you like the elder. Again, the Karatas Abba was saying, he's going up the street, and this little child was just in the street, and he was like looking at him. He just was looking right at the car, and he didn't even move. Like, bro, like what are these children being taught now? And we see that even at camp, man. These people just walk across the street, and it's just like they really think they're untouchable. They don't know how to walk across the street now, man. It's like, don't you realize that that's a car get ready to hit you? Nah, they gotta stop. They gotta stop. What if they don't stop? They don't have to. What if they don't stop? I mean, they should, but what if they don't stop? Let the car pass. Just let it pass. You really that much in a rush to get, you really think you're that untouchable that you don't think a car will fucking kill you or seriously paralyze you? Just really fuck you up, man.
That's why it makes a difference. This is Proverbs 3:5. It says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not into thine own understanding.
That scripture right there, that's a good one, because that scripture right there goes completely against being independent, right? it said you have to trust in the Lord, because if you don't trust in the Lord, what does Isaiah 33, chapter 33, verse 6 say? Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. That's all times. So what is the wisdom and the knowledge and understanding? It's faith. Faith in the Most High, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. You can't be independent.
That don't mean,
right?
Now when it said trust the Lord with all thine heart, that don't mean just go across the street, oh, the Lord got me, which he do, but it said lean out into thine own understandings. When you're doing that, that's your own understandings. I can't be touched. They gotta stop.
This is why, man. Again, man, it's up to us. As men of the Lord, and all the women that follow, of course. To remember, it said what? Come out of her, my people. And another thing, conform not to this world. We have to be separated. You have to separate yourself from this world.
Holy,
right?
Which is, set apart.
Yep. You have to separate yeah, exactly. That's what being holy is. You have to be a holy people unto the Lord, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. This is why, again, man, you and your job, you and your everyday commute or whatever, and you start talking, man, you stand out. You just stand out from the crowd, and it's like people ain't gonna like you for it, man. People ain't gonna like you for it. This is why we always say this truth is not for the faint-hearted. Let's read that there. To Ecclesiastes is also known as Sirach. All right, chapter 2, verse 10. It says, "Look at the generations of old and see that did so like it did." It says, "Did ever any trust?" So like it. Let me see here. It says, "Did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded?" All right. So pretty much, did anybody trust in the Lord and was anybody confounded? Right. This is why we always say, when you do, that's a good one, because when you do the will of the Father, you're never going to be confounded, man. All right. It says, "Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken?" All right. Or whom did he ever despise? Or whom did he ever despise? That right? That called upon him, right? So, like you just now said, man, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and all your soul, and all your strength, man. Because the Lord will always, always look out for you as long as you do what the fuck He tells you to do. Just do what He tells you to do, man. Stop trying to make all these excuses. Well, the Bible was this and the Bible was
grace.
That. That's why you're messed up, man.
Grace.
Yeah, grace and all that stuff. That's why you're messed up, man. See, man, the Bible, that was a misogynist book. Well, I mean, this misogynist book has predicted a lot of things that was going to happen.
And saved lives.
And it has saved lives, right? I mean, this, it's kind of, I'm trying to, sometimes you try to process it, man, and that's why we do these live streams, because it really is therapy. This is therapy when you resonate yourself in the spirit, man. You really,
and then the scriptures speak of all these things.
It does. The scriptures speak of everything.
It's a living book.
You can't tell me that this Bible is not a book of power, because nothing on this earth, no religion, no nothing, man. This Bible and this truth is the only thing that saved my life, that saved this brother's life, and it saved these people's lives, man. It saved these lives. This is why we do what we do, because you got people out there saying, y'all don't know. We don't know the answer. Shit if we don't. Shit if we don't. We witnessed a lot of things, man. We witnessed a lot of shit. And the Lord has shown us a lot of shit, right? We all have our, individual story. Not too long ago, me and his brother, not too long ago, sometime like 2 months ago, chariots. had a whole fleet of them, you know. You know, yeah, con, you know, cause we all need it, and that's what I'm going into this scripture for, man. Cause we don't have no comfort anywhere else. We don't have comfort anywhere else. This is the only way we find comfort. Like I was getting ready to say, those chariots, it had been about a fleet on right over this house, man. Orange, like bright oranges, gold colored ones, man. You know, at night, whole bunch of them flying by, man. You know, everybody, we either people next door seen them, right? Which is that's an adulterous, you know, an adulterous type of thing. But who knows what was going through their minds, and they didn't find no comfort in that. They probably thought it was some aliens or whatever, man. Right? When we look at that, you know, when we look at those chariots, we can say, man, the Lord is watching over his men. You know, the Lord is watching over his men. We can see it. We can say that. This is why we do Passover every year, man. You know, this is why we do Passover every year. And every time we do Passover, man, I feel so much better, man. I feel so much comfort. Every time I pray to the Lord, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, man, I feel so much better, man. Because you're not going to find comfort anywhere else.
Not your book of the dead, not your book of, you know, these other books, not your Quran. You know, where's the prophecies at? Where's the truth at? You know, it's false books.
What's that scripture? The truth is going to set you free. Right? You know, you're not going to find, you know, you can't find comfort in your woman. You can't find comfort in your children. You know, you can't find comfort. You can't find comfort nowhere, man. You know, they talk about, man, men is this and men is that. You know, again, man, you know, we're not looked at as people. You know what I'm saying? Men, especially us, man, you know, when we stand out there on the highways, on the hedges, they just look at us like we're just fucking crazy. You know, they'll do whatever, say whatever, but when your everyday commute, man, you know, everybody look at you. I go to the store, people, you know, mug you and shit. It's like, God damn, man, what the hell is wrong with you? You know, people just miserable as shit, man. Like this dark cloud hovering over it, you know. Like you just now said, they can't say hello. You can't say hello back to them. You try to show people some form of respect. They don't, it's like they don't know what respect is. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what none of this shit is, man. You know, so this is why this truth, this Bible, man, and the word of the Lord, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, is the only way we want to feel some form of comfort. This is the only way in those times, you know, and especially in those times of Jacob's trouble, people gonna be bugging out. People gonna be bugging out. You know,
wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time.
Exactly. They're not gonna be stable. But this is wisdom. The wisdom and the knowledge is this, man. You're not gonna be stable.
Where them guys go that was out there speaking all them crazy, you know, them theorists,
yeah,
and you know, them people out there, you know, them Power Rangers.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't out there though. You don't know for me. I wasn't out there. You know, that's probably what I tell them, man. Hey, what you one of them Israelites out there? You know, what you was saying was some good stuff. You didn't see me. You didn't see me. You don't see me now, so I'm out. You know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. Well, it's too late, man. You know, it's gonna be too late, man. So again, you know, that's pretty much it. You know, it went on a little, almost okay. I thought we went on a little longer than that. Hey, that's cool too. You know. But you know, the point of this video, you know, point of this video is you know, remember that you're special. You know what I'm saying? You know, as a man, remember you're special, right? Remember, if you're an Israelite, man, it's going towards the Israelites too, man. You know, obviously the Israelites. Remember, you are a prince of power. What is a prince? A prince is a male. You know, you are the prince of power. There's a reason why every time it talks about, we always make this point. Usually, you know, if it talks about the men, and or if it says men in the scriptures, sometimes it talks about the male and female. But why is it just saying men? Because the man is the head of the household.
Who was sent?
Who was sent? A son. Men are the heads of the nation. Always remember that bullshit. I I'm your mother. You came from me. No. Let's get this shit straight. I'm the father of the nation. We are the fathers of the nation. You came from us. We put you in a woman, right? We put you in a woman. Let's get that shit straight. We are men. We are men. I'm talking about men. Fuck all these niggas out here, man. We not concerned about them, man. We ain't concerned about the bitches, man. We just say earlier? The ones who do the will of my father, the ones who do the will of the Father, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawah, right? It are the ones we concerned about. Everybody else, the hell with them, man. Right? Even the woman, even women. Let's say that, man. Even women that try their best. If you're a woman and you sit up there and say, I, submissive to my husband, I do what he asks, and I just try my best to do right by him, and he does right by me, and so, and we have no problems. We have no problems. Women going to look at you like you crazy. I seen a clip of that earlier. This woman had her baby, and she was saying, "See, I know, I'm sorry," and stuff like that. This woman is, she's apologizing. First off, she shouldn't even be on the internet any damn way, even talking about that, to even worry about that, that situation. But it happened, but she's saying she's sorry because, and I know it's wrong that, that he takes care of everything, and I just do what I gotta do in the household as a woman. It's like, well, why are you even saying this? Because she said that I just like it. Why do you like it? Because it's natural. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to nurture the child. You're not supposed to do the role, try to do the role of as a man. And what's crazy is you had a lot of women on there agreeing with her, because there's a lot of women out there that are now seeing this. Men actually are the ones that go against us a lot more on that. Believe it or not. And it was crazy is, man, you simp ass niggas, man, y'all don't even take care of your children, man. Sitting up there saying, you don't hurt that woman, you don't do this, you don't do that. Y'all be the main ones that don't even be taking care of their children, man. Y'all be the main ones beating on these bitches, man. Dude, y'all be the so-called woman beaters, man. Y'all be the ones. A lot of those songs, and that's because that's the source of it is Esau Edom, man. That's why this devil has to go down, man. Those R&B songs and stuff like that, they be getting homos to be singing that shit, and these homos be beating the shit out their woman, man. But their job is to push the image out there as a man with sensitivity. When you have two sensitive ass people in a household, in a relationship, that would never work. That would never work. And mind you, men are sensitive, but we're sensitive in another way, not this sensitive bullshit that they tell you, just soft and sensitive and stuff like that. Everybody's gonna be sensitive from something, but you don't know that when you get a man, he is sensitive. He's just not the same sensitive that you're looking for, like that homo vibration, man. But anyway, man, just remember, man, we are the Prince of Power. Yashar Allah. Yashar Allah. We are the Prince of Power. All right. And it's our job, man, to continue to comfort one another through the spirit of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. All right. It's our job to comfort one another through the spirit of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, because it's the only one, that's the only way, that we find some form of comfort, man. That's the only way. Right.
No other books either.
No other books either. So as long as we continue to comfort each other, the more, it helps you. It does.
Therapy.
It is therapy. It helps you. All right. Because then when you're calm, you comforted through in the words of the Lord Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, then you function better. You can control yourself a lot more. It's a lot more, You can hold back some so you don't, somebody run their mouth at you and you go to the store, you don't get yourself caught up and it's like, all right, fuck it, man. I got work to do for my father. Got work to do. Nah, not getting arrested for no bitch running her goddamn mouth. Not doing that, right? Because then that means you showed your weakness. Don't do that. Fuck that bitch. The Lord is going to deal with that. All right, the Lord is definitely going to deal with that. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Yeah. So Lord willing, man, this was edifying. It was a little more talking than expected, but sometimes, man, you get those vent sessions, and this is primarily why I want to do a lot. I wanted to do a lot. I was originally going to be a video, but I knew it was going to go on a little bit, because sometimes you just need to. It's like you just said,
it's therapy.
It's therapy.
Jeremiah, he had to have been,
man.
Oh,
Jeremiah, Isaiah, man, all them prophets, man. All the prophets, man, they had hell, right? All the prophets, they had hell. Yep. Hey, yeah, after water, brother. Hey, YAHAWASHI, because man, again, man, we all need that spiritual. We all need to be edified. We all need to be fed. Especially when you come into this truth, because you see a lot of bullshit when you come into this thing, man. When your eyes is open, you see a lot of bullshit, man. It'll make you just want to go crazy, man.
It's that spiritual power.
Yeah.
To be able to see, to have that open eye to see, the wickedness of this place.
Yeah.
In every little detail.
Yeah. Yep. That's true. So, hey, man, no matter how much this place tries to beat you down, man, look, the Lord is in control of it all. The Lord is in control of it all. Once you praise to the Lord, like the brother had posted, man, the Lord will never forsake you as long as you are being His disciple, man. Or you're praying to Him, you're doing the best of your ability. All right, so giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And it's, of course, a sincere shalom to the Akim that's out there pushing the sincerity and the truth and the sound doctrine. All right, so that's it. Shalom.
Shalom.